to conjure a mythology. And this mythology is underway. There's 3 parts, as it says. A few years ago, I was at a big festival in San Francisco with about 1 million people. And it happened to be what's known as Gay Pride. And I walked out and I was like, wow, what's wrong, or what does this story want? Because here's all these people dressed in drag or leather or various other accoutrements, or dressed in nothing, also in San Francisco. And I said, well, wow, you know, this comes from somewhere. It's not just because if it's out of context of Halloween, why do people do it? Even if people, you know, go to a cabaret or something like that. What we tend to try to mimic is shape-shifting. The books are entitled Flight of the Jaguar Magician, so a lot of people ask what a Jaguar theme is, and it's mostly surrounds around subtle energies, because I think right now in our culture we're overstimulated. Every image in there's 75 illustrations. Imagine that. These paintings were designed to stimulate the cones and rods in your eye and the optical nerve. So the story goes as the first book is called The Initiation. The Initiation. And what happens then is it's like someone who's going from age 1 to 13. And then there are a series of trials and tribulations that a child goes through in order to discover who they are. Several moons ago, in a time when the human mind was still very young, there was a harrowing whisper which grew louder and louder. Thunders had risen on the planet of great consciousness that told of mounting despair for all her creatures. The people, this is the key part, of Gaia have severely wounded their imaginations. In fact, there is no sense of wonder or awe left in many of their hearts. Their collaboration with life in the spirit world has nearly stopped or become so chaotic as to distance them from the origin of absolute love. So, Lola Boy is brought into a jungle and is followed by different characters throughout the book. Like the Phoenix, here. Lola Boy comes into a house and there are all these other Lola Boys. Because if you walk out into the world, everything is a projection on a holographic field. So, how many of you know what a Phoenix is? Anything about the mythology of the Phoenix? Okay. Can you tell me something? I don't want to sit up here and talk.
It's rising from the flame.
Rising from the flame. Some call me the Phoenix. Ooh la 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 la. Some call me the bird of paradise. Ooh la 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 la. Oh yes, I'm all of these. Ooh la 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 la. It's the I am, makes the self, but it's also the eyes. And the eyes, the reason this is brought up in this poetics is Lola Boy actually meets with a Jaguar Magician. The Jaguar Magician, okay, says, I want you to learn, you know, this legacy of Jaguar Magicians, the Jaguar Manifesto. And we're going to give you some magic to open your mind, whatever that could be, bloodletting, yoga, a bat mitzvah, you know, something that honors your rite of passage. And we wonder, well, what is this Cirque du Soleil? What is this theme with circus? And the circus was a death and resurrection show. It was an initiation. Some say these are dangerous times, and indeed, the magic rises like fierce winds of a mighty storm. During such times, the universe unwinds and becomes something so new that even the divine has never before known. Loquacia lifted her spiral cane into the air and swirled it madly until wind rose that shook the surrounding trees and walled the walls of the pavilion. Go through here, And at each gateway, say these words, dear Lolo. I see. I remember. I embrace love. Why don't we try unifying the energies of the moon and the Jaguar? And the moon being typically energies of intuition, femininity, imagination, psychic energy. The curious cat creature who had been spinning masks heckled at the little magician, mocking Heshi's apparent inability to cross into. But we wear a lot of masks. We wear the mask of son, daughter, lover, worker, lover, driver in the car, pedestrian walking on the street, voter, Republican, Democrat, Hindu, Jew, gay, straight, all of these masks. They're a way for the ego to learn. How many of you, children in class, know what a myth is? Yeah. I mean, our entire government is a myth. We can start there. Okay, hooray, liberal America. We can smoke pot. We go, okay, we'll move to Washington. I mean, or Colorado. Hey, we're only 58 miles,